Away from Madagascar. Yeah, good morning. So you can
Good
talk
morning.
to us and join you and go for your dinner.
So sorry for this. First of all, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Zoo. I'm from Madagascar, and I'm a lapidary trainer and a geologist. I want to congratulate WIM Nigeria, led by wonderful Janet. You are doing a so great work, true inspiration for youth, young association like the one we have in Madagascar. Congratulations and keep doing a good job for us, for every woman in mining.
Thank you so much, Zoe. We appreciate you and we wish your chapter a very good success. I was excited, you understand, when we batted Madagascar, and I know every country in Africa, you understand, we will rally around Awima to make sure Awima succeed. We cannot afford to be divided. We will continue to consolidate our gains. Mr. Tope Adeyoju, that's our partners here in America, Women in Mining Nigeria, is trying to forge the diaspora partners, and we've extended it, and thank God that African Union has waded into it to make sure that the diaspora group, you understand, starts doing and connecting back home so that we can all make sure that mining is consolidated in our continent. So, Mr. Tope Adeyanju, I'm sorry I can't remember your position with Biden, but and I don't want to mutilate it. So just quickly give us 2 minutes to message, and I don't know if you will stay or go, but give us that message and stay to hear what our women have to say. Yeah, Mr. Tope Adeyanju. You know,
Yes,
Nigerians, don't worry. Very soon we will have a Nigerian president the way we are going in America. So you are welcome today, sir.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here, and congratulations to the community of women in mining. I would like to say that in my role as Commissioner for Governor Westmore of Maryland, USA, that on African affairs, one of the key things that we're looking to do is push engagement on the commercial side and trade between the state of Maryland and the continent of Africa. So I'm just really here to listen to ways where we can do just that and see what opportunities that we can collaborate on. Thank you.
Thank you. And our partner from all the way from Ebonyi, our father, our custodian in Ebonyi, Dr. Francis, former commissioner for solid minerals. I think I can see you. I think you are Galaxy A22. I shouldn't miss that face. Yes, I think that's Dr. Francis Oji. So if you are, please, can you give us a goodwill message before we move to the main event of today? Is that Dr. Oji? Francis Oji from Ebonyi? Okay, so let's move on. So to move on, I will want to call on today we have, like it's a panel, but each person will be talking from their own angle, and then to open that session, I will want to call on Dr. Mrs. Salau to open the floor by introducing herself, telling us her experience, and we will, Deloraine might throw some other questions, and then if you want to ask her questions, because it's just an interactive session, some want to learn. We are on different levels in the system. She's a seasoned geologist. She once headed mining cadastre herself as a foundational DG, acting director general. You know what women go through. Ordinarily, Salau could have been the DG of mining cadastre, but we will continue to celebrate her for what she is. She has contributed immensely, and she's worth celebrating. So permit me to welcome Dr. Sidikat Salau, you understand, to address us. Please unmute her, please. Deloraine, unmute Dr. Salau.
Yes, I've requested she unmute.
Unmute yourself now, ma'am. Can you unmute her from there? It's like she's having issues.
No, I can't.
What happened?
Dr. Salau, you have to unmute yourself.
I've done that.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm so glad to be part of this International Women's Day, especially for our own profession, mining. Mining, being what it is, we all know is a male-dominated tradition in the mining that only men are found doing what they are doing. But today, women have joined, and by His grace, we are moving along well. I find myself as a geologist, it's not because I was pushed there. It was just because of my own nature. While I was an undergraduate student, why we need to study geography, physics, biology, chemistry, and the rest of it. I just found myself that in the field of laboratory working, I'm not good at it. But when it comes to jogging around, going places, and bringing out something about the earth sciences, I was doing well. So I just find, and that time we used to have counselors who counsel you on what you might need to do, because they must have studied your behavior, your intellectual ideas, and the rest of it. So in as much as my uncle wanted me to read pharmacy, the school insisted that I should just go for geology. And today, I thank God for all it has been. Though it might be rough in some stages, but never something you can just write off. Well, when you're understanding the work of a woman in a male-dominated area, the first thing that came to my mind was that I was not a woman then. Because if you feel that you are a woman and you are now trying to bring yourself in that aspect, then you will not excel on the job. Especially the field work aspect. In fact, I was employed in Nigerian Geological Survey in the year 1987. And the first thing was to go on field work. Among the field members, I was the only female. And while I was being given my employment letter, I was told that there was no female in Nigerian Geological Survey Department. We are all men. So that's how I found myself to be behaving like a man. But thank God, I will quickly call myself to order. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been married today. Because the way I was doing, thank God I have a husband who understood the process of all I've been doing and trusted me. You cannot believe that at times I will just wake up, my colleagues will call me, Mrs. Salau, they still call me Mrs. Salau. Yet, 9 p.m., they will say we have to be in the field by tomorrow morning, 6 o'clock. Where? They will say, Biningwari, 6 o'clock in the morning. It means that I must leave my husband home before and the children too. But there was no issue because I had an understanding husband. So be it. And that is why today I was able to be in the system for 33 years with my professional career progressing and with a lot of what people call challenges. It may be challenges if you think about it as being one. But when you are thinking of your career progression, I don't think you need to think of that. A working place is a working place. When you're resilient and then hardworking, focused, and nothing can stop you from achieving that height you plan for yourself. But when you are thinking of why should this, why should that, then the why will leave you behind and the disease will take over. Today, what I want to say is that in the profession, there are challenges. That is the truth. Because the culture of what we do matters a lot. The first thing in mining is safety. And the safety, because you cannot say because you want to be rich and die before you are rich, then who will benefit from that riches? And so in our profession, we talk about safety. The challenges is that most, maybe because we're just growing in Nigeria into mining, industry, we are not attending to the proper regulation of safety and healthy. But for women in mining, the woman has been on and on. And he has already left the upstream aspect for the men. And my president is jogging towards the downstream aspect, where women have the whole time and whole place to excel. Apart from that, the challenges again is on skill. We lack skills, mentorship, funding, so many things that women could have used to be where they want to be are not there for us. Are not just there for us. But with this advanced technology, which we are into now, most of the young generation, the upcoming generation, I'm sure they will do a lot to make it better than ours. Today, I thank God, I work as an exploration geologist. While I was in service to mineral governance administrator and manager for another 10 years. And now I'm trying to see how I can create the needable skill for the young upcoming geologists or geoscientists, such that we can now merge the gap between the academia and the industry, which is a very, very vital challenges today in our mining industry. In the mining industry today, the challenge we have is that we had mentorship inadequate. Why? Because there was no training, building the gap between the academia as well as the industries. So our young ones have that challenge. And women in mining have been trying to build that up through different training. the one it has been planned and the one yet to be planned. And because he's focusing on me, I'm focusing on the whole male, the genders. Women in mining is focusing on what? On male, on female. Because why? Because they are saying that the women today are ready to take up the challenges that the men have left for years without knowing how to manage. And that has been giving us a lot of edges, especially when it comes to adoration of so many things, like the one she had just started about 3 years ago, and today it's booming. We talk about jewelry and what, and gemstone for decorations, for so many innovation has been brought up on that aspect. And today, we can see that even the African Union have already embraced that ideas, and the global aspects, it's what we are trying to make up. Madam, I have nothing to say much, because we have much and much to expect from the young generation. If I started talking about our own way, the way we have gone to this point, the difference is not much between men and women. The only thing is that we bore the hardship, and we didn't see it as being hardship. But for the young generation, when some people can make money in the under the AC, and then the miners need to be in the field, in the sun, cold, and the rest of it, it now becomes a challenge, great challenge, to see how we can build our own professional line, which is mining and industry. Today, we celebrate UMA, we celebrate Women in Mining International, and let's celebrate ourselves for being part of it. And we pray that the young generation will do better than us, because at that time, the AI thing will have been on, and they will have been able to do best for themselves. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That is wonderful. What I would just have loved to ask you,
yes,
because the young geologists, female, especially female geologists or geoscientists these days, is that in the course of these things, you had your babies, you have your children.
Yes.
While you were pregnant, because that is where the men cry more than the bereaved. Sorry, the men here, you know, they say, oh no, because they will be pregnant soon. Those are some of the things I went through while working. Yeah. While you were pregnant, were you not going to the field, man? Or for the 9 months, the moment you knew you were pregnant, you were home till you delivered and did your maternity leave. Can you just shed a quick one on that for us?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I wish Professor Nwajide is here, because he experienced one of those period. And today, he even called my girl a geologist, inborn geologist. It wasn't easy, but that is the rule. As of the time I even joined geological survey, there's this rule that I broke, and up to today, it couldn't be amended, that you must work for 2 years or 3 before you get married. I got married by marriage plan was on before I got the job. So I couldn't say because I was going to get married, I would leave the job, or leave the job because I'm going to get married. So I just went in. And within the 6 months, I took it. I remember okay, about her saying that this girl, she didn't even allow us to see what she could do before she started speaking about. That's to say they have known that I've already taken in. So with that, believe you me, I went through all my fieldwork till 8 months. 8 months. Then Mr. Alao was my supervisor, and he said, this girl, I don't even know where to place her. See her tummy at the center when we're in the field. She will be in the front. Nobody can catch up with her. I didn't even know she's pregnant. Then the 8 months, that is why the experience is good. The 8 months, I couldn't continue. Immediately I arrived from the field like this. Mr. Abato looked at me and said, since when have you been have you gone for your maternity checkup? I said, I'm going tomorrow. He said, oh yeah, not tomorrow, it's now you go. Do you know that was I went in and I didn't come out until I had my cesarean section. So I'm begging you young ones, while you are under that stage, do your medical checkup very, very well, because if not for the experience that Mr. Abatan had, and he had to use it on me to force me to go for admission.
No, we lost her, but we've gotten the gist of the matter. I think the young ones are listening here. One thing is that as a woman, let us make sure we have a wonderful
I don't think I
relationship
would be
with our
saying
bosses.
manage it well. Everybody knows what you are going through. As a yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah.
Hello?
Okay. Hello, ma. Yeah, you had a break before, so that was why I took over. So I am just trying to bring out some things from the salient things you raised. Number one of the things she raised, which I think is very important for all of us to go home with, is that working relationships, that we are talking about gender, does not
Yes,
mean
ma'am.
we should not respect our husbands. Our husbands are very important. Our male colleagues are very important. They are the ones we will hold our hands. You understand? Because our strengths are not the same. So that when we talk about gender, we are not talking about, oh, we are fighting the other sex. No, we are to complement one another. Our parents infused some things into us, making us believe that the men are superior, the women are not. But we are not, we are saying that the two of us can be partners. Just as we are husband and wife in the house, when you have a woman working with you, make her comfortable, make her a friend, and then you, the lady, make your boss your friend, respect your boss. I'm not talking of a amorous relationship, but be respectful. That's where you'll be able to assess so many things. He'll be able to mentor you, number one. Then number two, Mrs. Salau said something vital. If she had been lazy, even at that 8 months, the boss would have been discouraged. So pregnancy is not a disease. You understand? When you are pregnant, does not stop you from working. Every work has its own risk, but as much as possible, tag along. So, and then number three, I think she talked about time management. I heard her talk about managing her time, how she utilizes her time maximally while working. I think it's very important. And finally, one thing that resonated with me, which she said, and I'm happy Professor Ako is here, whom I've worked with closely, is that if a man is putting in X, for a woman to equal the X of a man, the woman must put in 5X. And I'm sure those of us that are professionals, we know that. For you to be rated to be good, you must do 5X to be seen. And I think it is very, very important. So whatever you want to do, you are going to make a presentation somewhere. Don't assume you know it. Go back to your books and dust your books. You want to go and you are going to your project site. Please dust your books and go back to your books. Don't ever go to a place, even as a director, as a DG. Don't say my aide has done it. My table here is littered with books. I do research a lot because you know why? People are expecting a woman to fail. Is she not a woman? Women don't know beyond lipstick and makeup. You understand? But when a woman is cerebral, the men appreciate the woman. So the men are there to support us. They don't pull us down, but we ourselves must carry ourselves with dignity. So Dr. Salau, we are extremely grateful. We wish you all the luck in what you are doing. You are contributing to the sector and it's our joy. You understand? This space is big. There are so many things to do in this space. You understand? And I wish you God's blessing. So I'm sure the younger generation, Michelle, you are learning. Some of us, or some other people I can see, Esther, you are learning, you are hearing. You understand? Catherine, you are hearing. Tina, you are hearing. That is what life is all about. You understand? You just have to keep on developing yourself. And then she talked about that, then knowing your space. Sorry, I omitted that because she mentioned it. We are more in the downstream. And Women in Mining is not a professional organization where you want BSc this, MSc this. If I want that, I will go to NMGS. I will go to NAGE. I will go to Nigerian Society of Engineers. I will go to AEIN, that's Association of Impact Assessments this thing. This is a mixed bag where you have people who never went to school, but they have what they call human intelligence. You understand? You have people who read, you have people who did not read. But so it's a place, it's a melting point where you teach the basics, the fundamentals around sustainability issues, around health and safety, around security issues and things like that. So it is very important you identify your space. Most women now are going to lose their money. You know why? The gold rush era is back. Oh, mining is paying. Mining is paying. People are, how many calls do I get? And I discourage people. They will think, oh, she doesn't want them to have a license. Oh, I'm going to get a license. I'm going to get a license. License to do what? To mine? Do you understand what mining is all about? Do you have the money? Do you have the outlay? Can you pay? Even the certification, can you see the new rules that government is, I'm telling you, quite a number of people are going to lose their licenses. That is the truth. I had an interview this morning, you understand, in the minister's office. Quite a number of people are going to lose their licenses. That is the truth. Because it's not hardened, it's not right that you want to do import something and you acquire a license, you are looking for who will come and buy. Because no investor is coming to buy your license because mining is capital intensive. So look, there are services to do, there are logistics to do, there are medical supplies to do, there are feeding to do, get your certification to run their restaurants, to sew their uniform, to provide services. You understand? And you will make your cool money. Go and look at those women who provide services in the oil and gas company. So we should get ourselves ready, you understand, to be useful in the sector. God help us. And I think the next person to call, I don't know, maybe Deloraine, please, who is the next speaker? I think Tolulope Ajadi can come up and give us a pep talk. That's a young geologist. Let her tell us what she's doing. We've called the senior one. Let's call a junior one to hear. She works, I think, with a cement factory. So Tolu Ajadi, are you online? Is Tolu okay, so you the floor is yours. Just tell us about yourself, what you do, and you had your senior, your mama talk. Yes, so let's hear you talk. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Good afternoon. Good evening, everyone. Yeah, I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we are hearing you. Yeah.
Okay. I am Lamdi Tolulope Florence. Yeah, as I really want to appreciate this opportunity given to me by mommy to actually speak here this evening. It's a very rare privilege. And I want to appreciate our mother too, that spoke earlier, and every other person. Thank you so much, ma'am. Yeah, the journey so far. Actually, I studied geology as a young geologist. While coming from my service here, I was quite optimistic, and by the grace of God, I got the opportunity to serve in a cement plant. I got the privilege work, to serve in a cement plant. So from there, I was employed by the grace of God, but this is actually something that was contested for, like, because we were five of us were together. I was the only female out of them all. But as mommy has said, I just have to, as mommy said earlier, you just have to, if they do X, you have to do X with power 5. And that was exactly what happened, because it was given to me on a merit level. So I was employed. Out of the 5, I was the only one that was employed. So, and that was how the journey started. And so far, the journey has been a great one, even though very challenging. It has been a very challenging one. Expectation is high. And working with people even in the north, I'm actually in the north now, that's in Ashaka plants. So, it's kind of odd for them, because I'm actually the first female staff they've ever had in the section, in the quarry section. So, and seeing me also doing all the stuff, some of them felt insecure that, how can someone just come in and start doing all the stuff? But I was not doing it just to show off. I was doing it genuinely, because it's quite, it's something I really love to do. As Mommy Sidikat also mentioned, even in classroom too, I'm always too bored with all these stories, but when it comes to field work, it's always a case for me. So it's quite a very interesting thing to be on site, to be on field. And this also led me to I was desiring more than just being in the quarry, and that was what led me to also pushing for my MSc. It was quite difficult to some extent, because I put in for my MSc in University of Ibadan, where I finished from. So it was quite challenging, but my bosses having understanding. Mommy has actually mentioned most of these things that are actually needed from a female in this field, because when they knew who I am and what I could do, and they were really ready to support me. The support was so enormous. Going for my personal thing, I'm not supposed to be given flight ticket, but all these were added because they knew I'll still be able to deliver even while running the program. And that was how I was able to finish my MSc program successfully without issues and everything. And thank you, ma. And I had major support also for my N+1, N+2, as I mentioned earlier. Even meeting mommy was through him, because I put in for this mentorship program for these international women. This IWIM.
Yeah, I sent it to you.
Yes, yes, ma. So that was in 2020. That was 2022. Yeah, that was in 2020. I put in 2021. It was my boss that saw that link and forwarded it to me, that told you, I think you need this. So that was how I got the link, and I put in, and to the glory of God, mommy also supported. She was able to approve me to go, and I was the only Nigerian that was mentored that year. I was the only Nigerian then, and I was on scholarship. So it was a great journey. I was mentored by the mineral exploration, the vice president mineral exploration. That's Kenan Jenny, in BHP. So it was a sound one. It was a sound one. So what I would say so far in the journey, truly it has been challenging. I will not rule that out. That's been quite challenging, because I'm a bit above 30, right? But everybody expectations are, when will you get married? When will you get married? Yeah, I'm actually, this has actually been on my mind. Now changing my location, I have to change my location from northeast now to southwest, because that's where it is. So all this also has it has been a challenge for me, but I believe one step at a time, get there. So, and I know what I want, knowing what you want also will determine where you will be per time. So it's a great journey, I will say once again. And I'm so very happy to be a geologist, a female also on the field. Thank you so much. I don't know. I don't want to take too much of our time. I don't know if you say.
Thank you. That was an interesting story, and I'm going to call one of our mothers in the house. I'm looking at the names, but one thing excited me in what you have said. You were being harassed, like I was harassed when I was young. Are you not going to marry? I don't know what is wrong with parents, because I harassed my own son. I'm harassing my own son now too. Are you not going to marry? But it's always good to know what you want. A confident lady will always find his own. The men will look for you, because the men, they entertain themselves, and after entertaining, they go back to look for that good lady. That lady that is full of respect and dignity. So, and these days, don't joke with your profession, because I tell people, do you want to kill your husband? If your husband, because you married him, will he die for you? He's the one who provides the food in the house. He's the one who provides the money for pad. He's the one who provides the money for bra. He's the one who provides the money for this cough mixture. Let daddy come. You will kill the man, and then you will lose value. The man will look for escape grounds. You understand? Where he can go and relax. So I beg of us, you understand, young ones, establish your career. Marriage will always happen. How many children are we raising to have? That we say, oh no, I will get old, I will get old. You can manufacture 3 babies in 2 years if you want. Because I've seen someone who did it. In 3 years, you manufacture 2 babies. So what is the big deal? Establish your career. I will tease you with one, because I don't know what, because I'm going to call, I think I saw Mommy Omoge. Please, can you let me see the list of everybody again, because you are focusing on me, Deloraine, so that I can see people and call people. Yeah, I'm going to call Ambassador Regina. You understand? If she's still on, or Mommy or Tope Omoge, if she's on. I want to ask you something before you leave. Throughout your course as a student, especially with those boys, and then when you went to site, you are the only one. Did they accuse you when you are doing your Red Cross, monthly? Because when I was in school, I had a guy. He's a big guy today. He said, I'm hearing smell. He's a liar. Any guy that comes near him. So initially, you see, when those of us that are, maybe we are doing menses, you start looking at yourself. Is it stained? Your neck, you are turning your neck at angle. Were you, at a point in time, how were you able to adjust, you understand, to those taunting? Or when you go to the field, now when you are even walking, you don't have toilet facilities that are decent. Maybe you are mapping in the field, you are doing something in the field, and you have to pee. How do you learn to do that? Because my own experience, when we went to Erushu for independent mapping, the first time I will find that experience, the University of Ife of those days will give you camp bed. And the camp bed in an old dilapidated classroom. Professor Ako is listening. Dilapidated classroom, a group of 4, 3 boys and 1 girl. So because they are mainly boys, and like the lecturers will tell you, there's no girl, there's no boy. When we got to the classroom, I was trying to pose. I took something to the corner, thinking I'm keeping my away from the boys. And we want to go and have our bath in a thatched hut, where there's no curtain, there's nothing, it's palm front, so the guys can see you anyway. But you know what happened? In the night, lizard jumped on me or something. I moved their camp bed, I moved it to the side, I put my own in the middle. Oh, you start watching me. That was how the whole thing. Even when I want to take my bath now, they will be the one watching. You understand? So that nobody comes near the territory. They back me. You understand? Then I'm having my bath. So those are interesting things. And I'm sure you must have gone through such experiences. I just added it for us to know that all these things, when you are going through training, you understand? If you don't allow a man to touch you, a man can't touch you. So you understand? So that, oh no, and then you, because of little things, kill your destiny yourself. Oh, I can't do that thing. Oh, that thing is too stressful. Oh, the men are doing something. That means you are not determined. If you are determined, this is a profession where to succeed, in any form. You must be determined. Before we go to the next speaker, I will just call on Mommy Omoge. I can't see Ambassador Regina again. Mommy Omoge, if you have any question to ask the last speaker, can you just ask her, you know, in form of cancer?
Thank you very much, Madam President. I'm very happy to be part of this International Day of Women in Mining. I had thought I will miss it. I'm just in transit at Doha on my way to Brisbane. One thing I want to say is that we must give kudos to women in mining. One day isn't sufficient to celebrate any professional that has succeeded, because they struggle every day. They win victory every day, whether in mining, in geology, in science, in whatever. It's a men's world. Even I, who was in banking, I was a bank examiner. They will say to you, there's no feminine bank examiner. And those were the days of 6 weeks maternity leave. I was almost delivering in the office and I was working on the 8th floor. You'll be asking yourself, can this feat carry me through to term? You now will almost deliver in the office because you want your 6 weeks to yourself to be able to have time with your daughter. When you succeed, everybody will be wondering, how did she? We all need to ask Madam President how many years sacrifice she put in before this international recognition. Like she said, no woman does it alone. When we set up the Society of Women Accountants in Nigeria, in Benin, we were just 3 women. It was a man that wrote the paper for us. It was men that helped us to invite all the important guests, but the banner carried Women, Society of Women Accountants. So for the young ones coming up, don't ever believe in tokenism. Work very hard and get the men to support you to be seen. Don't expect them to give you a cheap space. Those whom they give cheap spaces don't go far. Women don't have half knowledge. Women don't have half brain. I must congratulate the Tejiris and the young ones coming up. There is so much space for you. One thing I want to advise you is be original. Follow your passion. Nothing comes cheap. Everybody will look at me and say, oh, Mrs. Omage, you are doing well. I say, yes, Mrs. Omage is enjoying the reward of her sweat. God has blessed me, but we all had to soak into success. And at the end of the day, we made it to where we are. So, Madam Janet, Women in Mining, I congratulate you, not only for this day, but for every time. As long as we keep hitting the door, as long as we keep hitting the wall, one day it will give. We have achieved so much, we should give ourselves a pat on the back. But the beauty of it is that the door will continue to open as long as we don't give up. Congratulations, Madam. Congratulations, Women in Mining. I celebrate you not only today, I celebrate you always. And I give you kudos. And for the men who support us, God bless you richly. We can't do it alone. Thank you, Madam.
Thank you, and safe journey. My regards to her, and God bless you. God will bring you back safely. Thank you.
Amen.
Yeah,
Amen.
is Chinwueba Igbe still around? Special advisor to Osun State Governor, a member of Women in Mining. I saw him earlier. Has he left? Chinwueba Igbe, I saw him somewhere before. Okay. So, Tajiri, are you on board? Is Tajiri around? Is Tajiri around? Esther?
Yes, she is.
Yes, I am.
Okay, Tajiri takes the space before. Let me first of all blow my trumpet myself about Tajiri. I'm so excited, I'm so happy to showcase a model. Somebody I hope Mr. Adeyemi is still here. Mr. Adeyemi, please, anyway, the recording is here and then we will play the recording. I'm so excited to showcase Tajiri for who Tajiri is. A young girl who was introduced to me years back. She knows little or nothing other than her passion, doing it in her little way. But you can see the fire in her, the determination. I remembered her first Zoom. She said, what will I do now? What will I do now? I said, come with that thing you blow like that. Let's come and demonstrate. And when you talk of resiliency, what we are celebrating today, Tejiri demonstrated it. And that was why I said, oh, I didn't see your name on the list. You just have to come. Today, we are celebrating resiliency. She is one of the resilient ones. In the last 3 years, the certificates she has acquired, you understand, and the course, you understand, to develop herself is enormous. And I say congratulations to you again. On behalf of women in mining, we say congratulations to you there. So let's hear you. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ma. Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we are hearing you. Yeah.
Okay. My name is Tejiri Ojushino, and I'm a jeweler. I make pieces from scratch to finish in my studio in Lagos, Nigeria. The journey has been wonderful. You know, joining women in mining, thanks to Mrs. Bola Akiwande, because she was the one who actually introduced me to Madam President. So her daughter is my friend. I went to see the daughter one day, and I was telling her my struggles of what was happening. She was like, oh, we should go talk to my mom. And right there and then she took me to her mom. Luckily for me, her mom was in Lagos. She took me to her mom, and her mom called President in less than 1 minute. And the president said, give her my number. And that was it. And the journey has really been interesting. Finding myself, I said, first of all, I'm female. When I hear what the geologists they say and what every other person they say, I also experience it even till date. When I'm female, you know, finding yourself a female, a goldsmith in a male-dominated trade. People call my phone and they'll be like, oh, you're female. I'll say yes. Or when they come to my studio, they say, can you please call your boss? And I start working and they realize, oh, and they start bringing out their phones to record maybe when I'm fixing their jewelry or making something for them. And they start asking me about my experience, what drive me to start this journey? Why did I pick metalsmithing among every other thing? You know, why am I not doing 9 to 5 and things like that? Or when they call my phone and they say, please give the phone to your boss. It's funny because up until they see you doing what you're doing, and one thing I realized when I joined the industry was they would appreciate you more when they see maybe your certifications and some things like that. They just believe everything comes from, if this thing is from abroad. Initially, because my family is based in Canada, my parents are in Canada. So whenever I realized when I make pieces here in Nigeria, it was a struggle to sell. But when I travel and I post those pieces, people will want to buy because I'm abroad. And that was also one thing, that's one narrative we the jewelers are trying to change. And I would say COVID was like a blessing to us. People could not travel to Dubai to fix their jewelries. People could not go to Italy. People could not do those kind of things. And that was around that time too. I also met the president. In fact, I think during COVID, one of the first Zoom meetings we had when she brought me in was to make a piece on the spot. And I was even trying to tell her, that's not possible. It takes time to make these things, but I had to come up with a way to do that. And right there and then, I know people have been asking me, do you want to do trainings? I know I got 2 students from that Zoom meeting. And because currently I run my jewelry school, it's something I've always wanted. I just want to make pieces and make people happy. Every piece of jewelry tells a story, but people keep coming to ask for training, and I get overwhelmed when I have so much work and the caliber of people outside. People don't want to go to them. I need to be sure that if you want to make a piece and I'm fully booked, I can send you to one of my students to say, and I'm sure that they will do exactly what I would have done. So that's one of the reasons I started running my training school this year. And we've had 6 successful students, and we still have 2 currently now. And a new set is going to open up in July. I want to say thank you to Women in Mining. Thank you to everybody. Wherever you are in the value chain, from the mines to the market, you don't need to be a miner. You don't need to be a jeweler or something, but there is something for everyone. Thank you for all the opportunities, and I look forward to doing more with women in mining.
Thank you, Tejiri, our star girl. You've gone virtually to a lot of countries in Africa, just because of this opening. And so we are grateful to God that at least we are impacting lives. Ambassador Regina, I saw you on the list. You want to this debate? Ambassador Regina? Okay. So Esther, can we call on Esther? Is Esther, Deloraine, can you call on Esther to make a presentation? Because we'll soon be rounding up. Yeah.
Okay. Good evening, everyone.
Yeah. Good evening.
My name is Chinwueba Esther. Standing on the existing protocol, I want to thank our Mommy Janet Adeyemi, for the platform given to us to excel. I want to thank Madam Sidikat Salau. I want to thank all the panelists. I heard what you said. First of all, what really inspired my love for geology as a course was because of my love for map reading. When I was in secondary school, I can remember I helped people, geography. I helped people to do their map reading in exams. And I really loved doing that. So when I wanted to enter the university, I wanted to study medicine and surgery because I had no knowledge of geology or anything. So I didn't get the medicine and surgery. And I put geology. I saw geology. I was like, this geography. This should be affiliated to geography. So I now put it as second choice. When my JAMB came out, my results came out, I got the geology to study in Federal University of Technology. So that's how I started my journey to study geology. And while studying the course, I had no knowledge of solid mineral sector. All we get to know is about the oil industry. That after studying geology, then you move to the oil industry. If you can't get there, then anywhere you see yourself, you fix yourself. So there was no awareness on solid mineral sector until my fourth year IT. Me and my friends, we went to Port Harcourt to submit our CWS form to oil companies, as in the whole of Trans-Amadi. We traveled to the whole of Trans-Amadi, going to Slumberji and other oil companies to go and submit our CWS form. After 1 month, we didn't get any message, no calls from anywhere. Most of them now went to do other things for their IT, because as it's 6 months IT, we've wasted 1 month already. So some of them went to do other things. Me, I was like, I need to study, I need to know what this geology is all about. Okay, since oil company is not taking us, they say you need to know someone, and I don't know anyone. Since oil company is not taking us, I think coming back to Anambra State, where I'm from, I was like, AZ Oil companies, the oil there is oil company now. Whether it's engine oil or oil is oil. So I came to the company. I heard they were recruiting interns. So I went to submit my CV there and my CWS form. So when the ED saw it, he called me when I came. He was like, you study geology. I said, it's not saying they cannot take me here. They cannot employ me here. I was like, why? I want to work here. My people are based here. He now said, no, there is no problem, that they have a mining company at Benue State, a new company that they just started, Rimco Mining Company, that I need to go there at Benue State to start, to do my internship there. I was like, Benue State, that is very far from here. I don't have anybody there, and I've never traveled outside the southeast. I've never traveled outside the southeast. So there's no need going there just for maybe like 4 months remaining for my IT. So the ED now said that place, Rimco Mining Company or nothing. I went back home. I discussed with my parents. I was like, what will I do? How do I do this? So, but the love for geology keeps on motivating me. I was like, a solid mineral company. What, as in, I want to know what they do there. That was really what motivated me to agree. So 1 week later, I went back. I told him I'm ready. I want to travel. So he gave me contacts, people to call. When I arrived, he told them that I'm coming there to join them. So after during that 1 week period, I now traveled, took the few things I would need, and traveled to Benue State. I was received, and that was how my journey in the sector began. They were into exploration, geophysical exploration, using ABEM, parameter, and different equipment to acquire data in the field. So there were several male, only one female there, one female that works with them, and the lady works as HSC. I was like, HSC officer, is this what I will be doing here? No, I want to know, you people that are going to the field, I want to be following people to the field to know what really happens there, because my life, I love adventure, and I have passion for discovering new things. So I joined them to visit the field, and anytime we come back from field, they give us incentives. So it actually motivated me to do more. I needed more. So that was how we are doing it. After my IT, I went back. When I went back to school to finish up, I found out that it was only me that knew about the solid mineral sector, that actually worked in the solid mineral sector. I tried to create the awareness to my colleagues, and some of them, some were buying it, some were not buying into it. And when we went for our final year field school, because Shuto is 5 years course, when we went for our final year field school, I found out I was the only one that knows how to use the GPS. I was teaching so many people how to use the GPS. When they brought ABEM to the field, I was teaching them, so they were amazed, and several of them were prompted to know more about the solid mineral sector and all that. That's how the awareness, we created that awareness there and all that. And since then, it's been bliss. During my NYST, I went back to RIMCO. I worked with them, that my 1 year service. Then during that 1 year service, I do take the guys to field. That's what I would say. I take them to field, and they are not happy about it. They were like, how will they be here? They are staff, main staff, and just an NYSC student or something. We'll be taking them to field, as in we'll be leading them to field. That is not possible. So, but it's just passion. That's what I love doing. I put in my best in the field, and then my boss now likes what I do, how I do it, and all that. That's how he imparted more on me. So, with that, from after my NYSC and all that, coming back, I was working with another company, with RIMCO and another company, Shalion Integrated Services. That was, okay, with Shalion Integrated Services. So that was where I really gained more. Because in RIMCO, they need you to add more, to add what you have, as in to practice what you have. But at Shalion, they will impart your knowledge and more knowledge on you. You understand? So I checked. RIMCO pays well, but I have to use my knowledge, or I have to get knowledge from anywhere I can to give them, to be able to be relevant in the company. But with Shalion, they pay less, but I need to, as in they will impart more knowledge on me. So that was why I chose, when after my service, I chose to work with Shalion, where I will gain more and more knowledge than where I will spend the ones I have and no future. Will I say no hope of getting more knowledge? So that's why I ventured with Shalion Integrated Services, and up till now, I've been with them, and it's been bliss all through. I married at the age of 27. That was in 2018. I had to pause my work, my job. I paused my job. Then I took in, gave birth, as in, like 2 years was off. After that 2 years, I was not myself. I was like, God, I need to go back. I need to continue working. But even at that point, thank God for COVID-19. That COVID-19, it made it created the Zoom. Okay. It made access to geological data and contacts in the field to be more open. There are various platforms sprung up that brings professors in the mining sector together, the DSM miners, private sector, students and lecturers, to share their views and points on way forward in the mining sector, as in Zoom, to be precise. So that was when the issue of Zoom came up, and anywhere you are in the world, you join in, you get to know whatever is happening around you in the sector. I never left the sector. In as much as I'm at home, I'm nursing my baby and all that, I never left the sector. I still key in, make calls, join in any platform that disseminating knowledge on solid mineral sector. I find myself there and all that. In 2006, before I got married, in 2016, that was when I joined Women in Mining, when I came to Abuja. So I joined Women in Mining. I was so elated. So there are women that we have the same cause to face, and that it's really motivated me to do more. I saw women that are successful in the field. I was like, God, no matter what, I must be successful in this field, no matter what it will take. I was motivated to do more. So that's why even after I told my husband, as we are getting married though, I'm a geologist though, and I have to do this. I won't be available every time. Do you understand? I won't be available every time. I have to go to the field and all that. So even up till now, I do go to the field. People will ask me, how I have 2 kids now. How will your children and your husband cope? How do they cope? Because like I've been out of the house for like 1 month. Last year, I was out of the house 1 month in the field, doing my geology job. So they were like, how will your husband cope? He doesn't say anything wrong with what you are doing and all that. But he saw as in, how will I say, if it takes trust to allow a woman to go out, to allow a wife to go out to the field, and you have to build that trust, and you have to earn the trust. Do you understand? So it's not gree or gra. And you have to pray. In most of all, you have to be prayerful. Just commit everything to God, and you see yourself excelling in any field you choose. And with determination, you will excel. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Quite interesting, as if it should not end up, you understand, because what we are getting and then the gifts we are getting on our international unit, I had to stand up to go and receive a call, and I'm getting some good news that is exciting me. You understand that I'm sure it's taking time to build a foundation, because who are you going to run to? WIM Ghana started after us. Judges will always say, Auntie, I defer to you. But you know the problem? Ghana is over 100 years in mining. Remember, they were Gold Coast. They have big mining companies. We don't have any mining companies. So even our men, our fathers, you understand, believe maybe we are competing in the space with them. So who do we run to? We are orphans when it comes to development. But God himself will pave way. Slow and steady, we will get to where we are going to. You have told us what we needed to hear. Build trust. Building trust is very critical. Building trust is very important. And that you leave your husband for 1 month and you go, at times it's sweeter. You all know that my family is here in Houston. I left him for months and I'll stay in Nigeria. And Ambassador Regina, who is always with me most times, knows in fact, I have a linear route. It's from house to the office. The job even took away all other subsidiary things I do. My company, I run an engineering firm. It was almost dead. You understand everything, because when you have passion in what you are doing, and if your husband trusts you, and the moment you marry a husband who doesn't trust you, you better run far away from that man. I'm telling you the truth. Because no matter what you do, he will never trust you. And when you are living in that constant type of toxic relationship, is not good, because the male Yoruba has an adage, you understand? Will you not eventually separate one day? Something must separate you now, death, the ultimate. So we pray we all live long. So we must learn to be independent within our marriage. We must learn to be trustful, but you earn that independence, you understand, respectfully, you understand? And so when we're able to do that, I tell you, we succeed in all fronts. I'm calling the final person, the last but not the least, that's the wonderful girl who works with me in the office. You know, I remember when she came and she was carrying it, I think it was a first class or 2-1 degree certificate. I said, what do you know, this high school? You understand? Because she has never been in the mining sector. But the capacity she has to be able to assimilate what I taught her, honestly, I'm impressed. I'm impressed with what she writes. I'm impressed with what she does. I'm impressed. I sent her to a WIM, and in a WIM, they were saying, please recommend her for award. Recommend her for award. That is where the big ladies are, you understand, because of her output and the confidence she displayed there. So I want to celebrate Deloraine today, and I want her to share her experiences since she joined, because she has never been in that sector, anything related to what she's doing. So I said, can you share your experience today, and to motivate people to know that they can equally be in advocacy space? Anybody can be there. Nobody lives somewhere forever. You understand? It's your generation. And like I tell her, I say, see, it's your vision. It's what you can now walk into, you understand? So it will be nice to hear from Deloraine. And then with that, we take some few goodwill messages from some of our friends we've not heard from, and then we close the day and pray for God to keep us the next year again when we are celebrating. So Deloraine, can you come on board and share with us what you do, what has kept you going, and how you go, what you have gained, and all that and all that? Yeah.
Okay, good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to take this opportunity to give a very big thank you to my direct boss, my mentor, my role model, Engineer Dr. Janet Adeyemi. Thank you so much, ma'am, for the opportunity. Yes, I think my first encounter with the mining sector was exactly as she said. I had absolutely no idea about mining. I remember she asked me, what do you know about mining? The only reference I could make was in my secondary school. I said something about coal, suits, and that was the only thing I knew about mining. And she looked at me, she saw my drive, she saw my passion. Because women in mining, looking at women in mining from afar, what attracted me to women in mining was the advocating for the rights of women, gender rights. I think aside the mining sector, it's global, it's pronounced in Nigeria and other third world countries that the male dominance, it's everywhere, it's in every sector, the agricultural sector, the health sector, we see it at everywhere. We see big companies, we see that their directors, they are majorly men. And then you see in about a company of 10 directors, you see one woman. And personally, I've also experienced it. I remember when I was younger, at my young age in primary school. Normally in my school, you definitely have to award the most brilliant student, the class captain. As at then, if we can remember, class captain was a very big award. And then during that period, I remember I got the first position and I was supposed to be awarded the award. However, because I was a female and they believed I could not handle the class very well, they handed the spot over to the second position. He was a male. I still remember his name, Bamidele. I was so pained. So since that experience, and then I also had another experience in school. We were reading for a course, I and a male counterpart, and a lecturer walked by, looked at us reading. I said, well done. he told the male counterpart that, you have to read. You are going to be a man, you're going to take care of the home. She will end up in the kitchen. She doesn't have to do much, but you have to read. So some of these experiences actually, they sharpened my view. They helped me, they gave me a crash course in reality of what women face globally and here in the mining sector. And so that was one major thing that attracted me to women in mining, the fact that they advocated for gender rights. And over time, I would like to say that I've learned a lot from my president. I've learned from her tenacity. One thing I've learned from my president is her ability to speak up anywhere and anytime for women in the mining sector and beyond. She always tells me, I think she gave me some accolades saying that I was so bold at AWIMA. However, one thing she does not know is that I learned it from her. I used to be very shy, but she always told me, you have to be bold wherever you go. And I took that lesson and I put it to play here in Women in Mining. And under her leadership here in Women in Mining, we've been able to engage in various activities advocating for women in the sector. When it comes to their health, we've gone into their health sector. We've done capacity building where we've built the capacity of over 300 women on health safety in the mining sector. I don't know if Hajiya Hassana Shaba is on the call. She was with us at that capacity building session in 3 states, in Osun, in Taraba, and in Plateau. When it comes to the rights of women as well, we've also engaged in training women on their rights as well, in terms of the VAP law, the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act, the Maputo Protocol, the Equal Opportunity Law as well. So we've engaged in that as well. And under the leadership of Dr. Janet Adeyemi, I would also say she is also making strides to ensure that the Nigerian Mineral Mining Act it transcends from being gender blind to gender sensitive. Yes, and that is something that she's seriously advocating for and working on. I remember they were having they were doing a review of the gender bill, yes, at the National Assembly. And as at then, I don't know if they forgot, but they did not extend an invitation properly to women in mining. It came in late at some point because we received it later. However, immediately the president caught whiff of it. Immediately she sent a representative there, said you need to go there and speak for women. So over time, Women in Mining has also gotten various achievements. Currently, we are working on sexual and gender-based violence, eliminating it, destroying that menace in the mining sector in Nasarawa State. And as some of the achievements we have there, going to Nasarawa State, I think the president will remember this. We went into the Ministry of Women Affairs and we were waiting for the commissioner. She spoke to them. She said, okay, let's just discuss whilst the commissioner is not here. What do you know about women in mining? Not women in mining as an organization, but women that are mining. And the Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development, they were lost. They didn't really have much of an idea of women in mining, women miners, and the challenges. They do not have an idea of them, and they also did not have an idea of their challenges. And so we began our sensitization there in Women in Nasarawa State. So we've engaged them, giving them a broad overview of what women do in mining. We've told them you need to have a database of the women miners in Nasarawa State. The commissioner is also an advocate and has been working hand in hand with the president to ensure that there is much awareness. We're able to also develop a referral handbook for them. So we compiled a directorate of all the sexual and gender-based violence service providers and a referral handbook that showed a strengthened referral pathway. So incidences that happen at the mining communities, immediately they are referred through the pathway that we developed. We also engaged in, because we noticed that Nasarawa State lacked the gender policy. So we also engaged in developing a comprehensive gender policy for them. That is still under review and about to undergo adoption as well. The state level referral handbook has been adopted as a state document. So it is now a standard document in Nasarawa State. We are also in the process of developing an offenders registry in Nasarawa State where violators of human rights and sexual predators as well can be named, shamed, and posted anywhere in the world and identified for who they are. So I would just like to say that my time in Women in Mining, this is just a tip of what I've experienced here in Women in Mining. My time in Women in Mining under the leadership of Dr. Janet Adeyemi, under the leadership of Ambassador Regina Ezua, under the leadership of all the national executives, under the leadership of Madam Adesuwa and Prince Will, it has been exhilarating, it has been interesting. And I would say I look forward to the future. I look forward to what the sector holds for me. So yes, thank you so much, Ma, for the opportunity.
Thank you so much. I wonder where Ambassador Regina disappeared to. Her name is showing or something is happening. But we are really, really grateful for being able to mentor. That's what mentoring is all about. Look around you and mentor people. You understand? Don't destroy anybody. Mentor people. Some might be too ambitious for you to mentor, but whoever makes him or herself available, mentor them. Whatever you see me do today, Professor B.D. Ako, I will forever be indebted to them. I registered my first company, Jabrideb Enterprises, as a youth corper. Because as an undergraduate, I was going to field with them. I was doing field work. I was learning. You know, because anything you do today becomes your own tomorrow. If you are a destructive agent, you will meet it there. If you are a team, some of us cannot sacrifice a minute. And I use this opportunity to comment. I can't find Emily, maybe she's online, or maybe because when you are working in the minister's office as an SA, you can be called in the last minute. I salute Michelle, Elizabeth, okay, and all the other executive members. You understand? Auntie Tokwe Omoge, God bless you. You see, you must learn to sacrifice time. Time, volunteer. I went into International Women in Mining's office. We started about the same time, but I deferred everything to her because you know why? The centrality of who they are. Then I studied in Europe, my master's. I know that they have an advantage over us. There's no staff, there's nothing. It's volunteering. But are we willing to volunteer? Are we ready? In the process of volunteering, you gain. Then we all build together. So I use this opportunity of today because we are talking about resiliency, we are talking about innovations. Let us go back and innovate. Let us be builders. We call on some of us to serve and we kill the place. We call on some of us to serve, we destroy the place. And we call on some of us to serve, we build the place. I salute Madame Dan Prince today, you understand? I salute Ambassador Regina. I'm proud to showcase because without Madame Dan Prince, I know nothing. I know nothing about hosting conferences. I know nothing. But that was a person who came from the oil and gas sector and guided us. And we did such a successful event that African Union had to emulate it. Now it's being celebrated in 6 countries. Come out and watch in September. African Union is coming this year because they are now the one even on our neck saying they are coming this year, you understand? Because our event has become what they are showing. Last year we were competing so that, we are not left behind. But now they are the ones saying, they are coming. They are calling us now on our neck. So let us all work together. The money, we have not seen the money. But let's build a framework because our next campaign is going to be a minimum of 1 woman on a board. That is what they did here in America, here where I am. You understand? The mining companies, and I'm sure Ediri Kayama will testify to it from Australia. When that is the advantage we have. So let us develop ourselves and position ourselves to be ready. And to talk about those are the projects you want to drive for us in Women in Mining. That's your campaign because I know your capacity. You understand? Women on board program in Women in Mining. As the mining companies are coming, maybe they want to sell the lots to them now. When they are coming, they must open up and give women slots. You understand? That is where we stand. We are not going to the field to go and start climbing and coming down, climb and become old women. At 40, you are looking 70. No. but we must benefit by what we do, by our knowledge, by our education, by our understanding of the sector. They must find us to be people of value. And so God will help us. As we celebrate this year, by God's grace, we will celebrate many more. We thank God that we will not lose any one of us. We will not die, and we will continue to work stronger and stronger. We use this opportunity to appreciate our partners, to appreciate everyone. Ambassador Folakemi, I think, I'm not sure, maybe it's Folakemi, ambassador that is here, a very humble woman, our ambassador who has just returned from Philippines. We are fortunate in this, our association, we have three, not people who just write ambassador in front of their name, real full-fledged ambassadors, Ambassador Regina, Ambassador Adeyemi, Ambassador Folakemi. So we are grateful, we have diversity. You understand that we make us excel. And let us use this again to announce today. When you have challenges, reach out. There are people that are not even members of Women in Mining. Nobody calls. I'm always eager to reach out. Right now, we are discussing with a ministry in Nigeria where we said, see, all your sand, give women sand to supply. And we are in the process of completing that arrangement. You know what it is to have the capacity to supply sand. So I beg us, I plead with us, you understand? Let us all work as a team to continue to grow. Dividing ourselves is not profitable. Nigeria making fun of itself or ridiculing itself is not possible. You know, it's not profitable. Of course, go on LinkedIn, you will always get people to pick, to do all manner of things. But it is not wise. It is not good for a nation. We are too big to do that. There are so many things people can even pick and do within the industry that I will be glad to see people imagine and doing. Women in mining cannot do everything. But let's not go and bastardize a name being known as African Union and say which country is that. And at the end of the day, it can impact us negatively. Because why did I know this thing now? Because I will post it to some of us. My friend, West African Women in Mining president called me and asked, well, who is WIM? Who is, they said it's Nigerian. Who is WIM Africa? I said, as you saw, it was what I saw. That was what you people saw me and I started reacting. I've been seeing it before, I wasn't bothered. So let people tell her, you understand, because she's a member of Women in Mining. Ambition destroys. Ugly ambition can consume at times. And if we have some of us behind her, you know, encouraging her, pull off. It's not glorious. It's not glorious. It's not good. You understand? Let us all join hands as family and build together. Mrs. Oluwadare is here. She came on with something I didn't even know. See something. I did the little guidance I can guide. I took her to our father, Professor Okunlola. And from there, she was able to find her way. You understand? That's what we should be doing for one another. You have challenges, let's discuss. Let's be able to trust one another to be able to discuss. That is what resiliency is all about. We have fathers we can rush to. We have people we can network and rush to. Michelle, you can't say you have problem in geophysics now. I can take you to Professor Ako. Or she can't say he has problem. I will take you to Professor Ako. That is what the story should be. So as we round up this year, I don't know, maybe Emily is around, but I think I've summed up. Is Emily around? I don't think so. I've summed up, let me call Ambassador. Is Ambassador Regina still here, or I'm looking at names. I can't find. Let me call on.
Madam Juranda Bernardo is on the call.
Oh,
she indicated that she would like to give
please call her in. Let her speak. Let her speak. Who did you call her?
Hello.
Yeah. How are you, Juranda? How are you, my dear? I didn't know you were laughing. Good afternoon. How are you? Please introduce yourself. Let them meet you. Yeah, let them meet you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Nigeria. My name is Juranda Bernardo, and I'm attending on behalf of the Women in Mining Angola. I'm an Angolan gemologist. I'm based in Dubai, where I also operate as the founder and director of a diamond trading company called Stone Rouge. I would like to extend my compliments to every woman in this call, and especially those who were able to share their stories and amazing experiences on the field. So I feel blessed to be here today and be part of such an amazing moment. Even though I'm not a geologist or geoscience, as I don't work in the mines, I still relate to some of your challenges because when it comes to diamond trading, men are also the dominant in, in that sector. And it takes a lot for us to every day continuously proving ourselves with excellence. So I will not speak too much. I basically just wanted to express our interest as the women in mining Angola to in the future to promote similar activities, between women in mining Angola and Nigeria, in order to work, grow, and build together. So this is my contribution today, and I'm open to everything, or we are open as the women in mining Angola to everything, every opportunity that might come along. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Bernardo. Please drop your contact in the chat box so that the secretariat can pick it. But incidentally, we are so blessed in women in mining because why? Always international partnered with women in mining Nigeria, and that has exposed us to diamond trade. You understand? So you are Agnes Abdullahi, I hope I pronounce that. I just changed it to Agnes. I don't know how to pronounce her name, Abdullahi, or you understand? Jennifer Macaroni, everybody in the diamond trade now, you understand, we are interfacing with them. And I'm sure, especially for those of us who are interested in the trade aspect of mining, we will get a lot out of it. So we are excited you joined us, and that's the sisterhood we are talking about. When you hear women in mining, we are all tied because the only way we can get benefits, the only way we got recognized was through African Union. If not for African Union, who would have cared about women in mining? People have been struggling. Melody formed women in mining. Their women was formed by women by Melody, one individual. But today, she was never even chance to be president. She formed the association. And African Union took the association from her and said, there's no point registering another one. She formed it in Angola. And in Ghana, about 3 years after, we registered, they took it over from her and made Georgette the first president, now Pascaline the second president, and she's not, but what did they do? They invited her to Ghana and they honored her and she was happy. If you go to Facebook, you will see that she was happy that what she battered is thriving. That's the beauty of life. Not that we should be busy destroying. If it is not me, no, it is destroyed. If it is not this, it is destroyed. There's something called sweat equity. If you have labored for something and you have paid for it, recognize that sweat, because there's Almighty God somewhere that watches over the affairs of men. So on this note, I want to call on Dan Princewill to round up, to sum up, and thank everybody who has participated in this event so that we can, Michelle will give the vote of thanks and we close up, because I can't OJ too. I saw Mama D's phone. I don't know who Mama D is. So Dan Princewill, can you please help us round up? The essence of today is to talk about resiliency, to talk about innovations, and to talk about growth, that you belong, everybody belong. The mining sector belongs to everybody, just like they that coined it in the secretariat, they know it more than us, why they chose I belong to it. You understand? That's Barbara Dashinga, who told us what it is all about. So can you round up for us, Dan Princewill?
Okay. Good evening, ladies. I don't know, can you hear me?
Yes, we are hearing you loud and clear. Yeah.
Ah, fantastic. Good evening. Thank you so much, everyone. I am excited to have been a part of this program. I must have gotten on about 10 minutes late, but was excited to hear all the wonderful testimonies and the encouragement that each speaker has given today. It is exciting at this time to be with women in mining. Women in mining, I think everyone is picking up, I always say, the passion that you can feel in our national president. It is something that is contagious, and it spreads. It's a wonderful thing. The organization, like has been mentioned, has been in existence for so long, but the time couldn't be more ripe. So I want to congratulate every speaker today that has been able to encourage those of us that are on this call, the examples you have given, the kind of, we are no less because we are women, and it's a time to show our strength in every way. I want to thank every speaker for sharing. This is something that many times we don't get an opportunity to do. When we are women, we can come together, we can strengthen each other. Women in Mining is a fantastic organization to be able to do this. One thing that is great is that about Women in Mining is that we have every kind of woman, even those that are not privileged to be educated, the artisanal miners and all of this. It's a very nurturing environment. Those that are educated also find a space. Those that are older in the profession have an opportunity to mentor. What else do we want at a stage where you have reached, you have excelled, and we're able to come into the community and be able to lift up the younger ones, give exciting examples, show them the way, like Madam said, be able to connect them to people that matter in their professions. It is truly an exciting time. And I want to thank each and every one of us for jumping on this call. And there'll be more and more like this. I don't want to lose the opportunity to also invite everyone on this call, especially those that are outside the country, to come for our Gold and Gemstone conference and exhibition. That conference, like Madam had spoken today, is promising to be not just a national event, not just an African event, but it is gearing strong to be an international event, and we all need to be part of it. So without much more to be said, please make sure that you put it on your date, on your calendars. It will show Women in Mining strong all over the world. We're expecting our sisters from every country possible to come and see what our artisans, our jewelers are doing. So again, I want to thank you all. We appreciate you, and we thank you for coming on today. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Adesua. Of course, there's a presentation, but I will just share the presentation with you people online, you understand, because there's no point keeping us here. I just open it and I run it for you to see, you understand, so that, oh no, what have they accomplished in the course of the year? Yes, we have accomplished so much. Deloraine, can you give me permission to share? Give me permission to share.
You have permission now.
Okay, I'm not going to really, I'll just run it through, because some of us at times we get our mails and we don't read them, you understand? So based on what she said, you can see that's the screen. Are you seeing my screen? Are you seeing my screen?
Yes.
So if you look at the first slide says, I am mining and I belong. We are all celebrating Women's Day. And the second slide is that if you see that picture, you can see a few of us that are in Abuja. That's Mrs. Oyenike Salau, that's myself, I think Tope Omage, and a few Safinat and all of that. That's the background. Women in Mining was established on the 7th of November 2006. As an association, can we mute our phones? Was established in 2006 as Association of Women Miners, because I was trying to represent the Plateau women. It was branded in 2009 and the CAC number is there. It was, we established the Girls for Mining in 2022. We established the WIM class in 2021. We have grown to 28 states. Some are not strong. And then we commenced the Lagos and Gold Gem Conference in November 2020. I think it's my phone. Somebody trying to call. Oh, definitely it's on my phone. If you So the third slide is telling you about why we just have to work together. You understand? The need to work together, very, very important. The initiative was registered as Association of Women in Mining. What our core objectives are what we've been discussing all day. So when you get the slide, you read them. But it's enumerated. So for people who want to join or you want to sell it to some of your friends, those are still the core objectives continued. And then the core objectives still continued. You can see Dr. Salau talked about health and safety, advocacy and networking, community engagement and social impact. And I'm happy that one of us is the special advisor to the Minister on community engagement. We highlight and celebrate successful women, which is what we did today. We talk about leadership opportunities, trying to encourage. We won't rest until we find women who emerge as ministers and all that, and directors in our midst. We looked at why we should be resilient. If we follow our economy, we will all move out of business. That is, if you look at the economy, right now we are growing. From 2.4 last year, we are in 3.3. That's according to IMF. But in terms of poverty, where are we? You understand? We have increased from a 24, that is from 24% to 31.7% of persons in February 2024. And they told us that we will still slide further into poverty in 2025, if we stop all these reforms. So that about around 2026, 25, 26, that the economy will stabilize. And then I now went specifically to the contribution from our sector to see what we are contributing, to see that there's hope there if we really work, to make sure you understand that if we work, we will succeed. We have opportunity. The opportunity gap is what I'm trying to bring to you, because if you see what we are still contributing to the GDP is extremely low. So there's a need for us to get our acts together and make sure we collaborate and we work. Then slide 7 is talking about some of our work. Those are beautiful pictures of some of our G4M who came for our event last year, our Gold and Gem Conference, because we always bring in the G4M. That's Osai of International Women in Mining, the Alliance. That's Engineer Bank and myself. That's Mrs. Solani. We understand who is so interested in the G4M, and those are the teachers that came with them. So those are some of the things. And then we build capacity. That is just play 2, where we took our just chapter, you know, for stone cutting and polishing to see some of the things we do. That's the minister some 3 weeks ago or something, launching the strategic document of women in mining, which we are excited, funded by World Bank. So slide, this one is a WIM. You understand? Because we are happy to be in a network. We are not just, we are not disruptors. We work with systems. We work with structures. You can see that's the leadership at WIMA. The conference was 3 days ago, where WIMA celebrated all the leaders across Africa. You understand? People are nominated. They called for nomination. So, and we posted it on our platform for people to send names. People who responded, you understand, or people who got people to respond on their behalf, you understand. They had a very high-powered delegation that screened and selected people, but it's going to be a continuous thing. There are so many things to celebrate. We are even coming up with our own award, you know, because we have to reward our own people on our own continent, on our own country too. So, but we are within the network. Then you can see the app. We are the first NGO working on gender issues to create an app, which we call WIM Rights. You understand? That's the app. And then I played around with something that said, expand decent work. You understand? When you expand this decent work, then the economic situation of the country will be will get better. Then what are our challenges? You can see our challenges. Our challenges, the number one of our challenges is what? Kudi. You can see the various currencies there. You can see dollar, you can see different currency, pounds and all that. So we need that currency to be able to buy equipment. So that's where we'll be comfortable. So right now, you know, our heads are up, but our bodies are buried and it can be crushed by that thing. You understand? If we don't have people to assist us to be able to get access to funding, to be able to fuel our dreams. Then our future goals, again, we analyze them there, but the ultimate is for women to be part of the financial inclusion, for us to be able to provide services, products, women-owned farms, you understand? Women in positions. You understand? That's what we want. Have land rights, have permits, not that we'll be begging for permits, and then teamwork. When we work together, we can move mountains. And so on April, and then we now came with a lot of paparazzi. If you didn't see yourself there, that means maybe you are not the type that hang around to take pictures. When we started Women in Mining, those are the pictures we have. Those are where you have those young girls carrying Jiga in Niger States. That was the first battle we fought. That's Women in Mining, International Women's Day, when we are doing, what are we launching there? That's the G4M Club. This is the WIM Summit. The WIM Summit we had somewhere around Abuja, opposite National Assembly quarters some 3 years ago or so. That's Edo WIM. This is Plateau State. Again, that is Ebonyi, the ferry coordinator in Ebonyi State, addressing when they were doing their chapter launching. That is WIM UK, myself and Stacey Hope, when I went to receive the 100 Women Inspiration Award in 2016 or 2017. I'm poor with dates. Those two girls are PhD students who came to celebrate with us when Australian governments, funded one of our events. This is an old picture that, that we took maybe in 2006 or something with Hajiya. Yeah, me see, Emily is somewhere in the background there. And that is a picture here when we are celebrating Hajiya. She was being celebrated. That's one woman we are proud of again in the sector. You understand? She was being celebrated in Thailand, you understand, for her contribution in the gem industry. That is the Australian picture. You can see our amiable, so we have always worked with government. That is the permanent secretary then, Mrs. Georgina. And then we had Georgette came all the way from Ghana. She was president, and that's the Australian High Commissioner there. These are Mrs. Chidli, Hadiza, our now Vice President North. This one must be, how many years back? This one must be around, can you please admit Bernardo back? This must be around 2005 or around 2006-07. You understand, when Denmark was trying to penetrate Nigeria, but somehow I think the mining investment of 2017, you can say, okay, it's 2017. So it's that same event. You understand, this was when we were admitted. So we have come a long way, you understand, into this sector. And when you see some of this was when I went to World Bank, you understand, to push on women in mining. If you see that was 2 years ago, that's World Bank, you understand, with the World Bank executives. And then I invited, because I was given the opportunity to invite people from other countries. I took the woman on human rights in Gambia. I took this lady from Sierra Leone, and then we went for a session. That's a typical picture we use to convey, you understand, in one of our projects from Ebonyi. When you see women like this, understand, no woman should live like this. No child. When I see things like this, I feel like weeping. No child should be subjected to this. Then when you look at this picture, this girl wants to do her WIM. That was what brought her to this quarry site in Ebonyi. This boy, the mother is working there, he's working there, their father is dead, they don't have any money. And at the end of the day, they go with 100 naira a day. You understand? So we have to take this boy out and give him scholarship to be able to go to school. These are some of the works, you understand, Nigerian artifacts, and then some of the jewelries being made by our local goldsmiths. And we use a lot of these beads, you understand, in our traditional setting. And then you have pictures of showing different events. This was Ibadan, when they were launching the gem market in Ibadan. This is some of the jewelry. So we try to capture as much as possible, and that is the inauguration. This is the executives of Women in Mining, the good women, you understand, who are contributing to helping to advance women in mining. And with the wife of the Minister of Petroleum Resources, who came to identify with us that day. So on behalf of Women in Mining, again, you understand, we will send this to you. You can go through them. I'm sure our secretary must be tied up somewhere. Her face is not showing properly. She's in the corner here, you understand. So we look forward to seeing you. And at this point, I will call on Michelle to please close us up, with the vote of thanks, and then we can move to the we can move. Elizabeth Oje. Is Elizabeth Oje in the crowd? Is Elizabeth Oje there? Or permit me 1 second to give anybody who wants to make a comment, because we still have about 5 minutes before we close up. Does anybody, if you want to make comment, can you signify by raising your hand, please? Is there anybody who wants to make any comments of any kind? Anybody you want to ask questions, you want to make? Oh, Rosudong, who am I? My Oga. How are you, my sister? Please unmute Rosudong, please. Deloraine, please unmute Rosudong. Deloraine. Unmute Rosudong.
Yes, ma, I've requested that she unmute.
Okay. So, Rose, please, you can make your comment before OJ comes in. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's
I didn't see you all along. Oh. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh, it's okay.
That's
No
one of the
problem.
very senior. Sorry, ma'am. Before you talk, that give honor to whom honor is due. That's one of the very senior women in the sector who has attained every height you can think of, who have occupied every position you can think of, and another one is coming. You understand?
Amen.
She goes to do the work. You understand? Where she opens up the space, and another one is coming. And you have been a great ambassador, and we are proud of you. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I've been here since start. I was just sitting in my corner listening to everybody. I've listened to all the speakers.
My God.
And I didn't want to go before I say, I'll come and start calling you later to commend you. I must really commend you. I've seen you fight. I've seen you push. I've seen you shove. At times I wonder if you're one person, So we're really, really proud of you. You've come a very long way, but you've really gone quite far, and there's still a lot to go. And there's something I've learned from you quite much, and which you always say at any of such gatherings, we must always try to help fellow women to stand. It might not come easy. It might not be as we want it, but we must do it. We can't leave it to anybody else. Everybody that has spoken here has said how much they have faced, how much negative, whatever they face or difficulties because of the men that they have had to work with. And so we can't count on them to build us up. So we have to do it ourselves. And if there's anything you've been singing as an anthem, is that, so we really appreciate you. And we continue to, encourage and clap for you from our corner. Some of us don't talk much. We don't like talking. We're kind of shy. but we thank God for everything
voice.
has come to be. And for the senior ones, I identify with some of their difficulties. Mrs. Salau, I remember when I came on board the following year, she joined 87, I joined 88, and we went for field work. She was carrying Bele. And so just to say yes, that what she said about her going about with her pregnancy, I witnessed it, where she was carrying her pregnancy and we're all going to the field at that time. And then for the young ones, you have a lot going for you now. We studied in environments where, I'm a geologist, an engineering geologist. I read water geology. And our time we were analog. Mostly. You guys in this age, you have the world open to you. You have all kinds of intelligence working for you and all that. So you are the ones that really, really shouldn't have much excuse, and you go to classrooms of geology now, you find lots of females. In fact, sometimes the females are even more than the men, the boys in the class. Most of us in our time were the only females in the class. But let me not bore anybody with this. I just wanted to appreciate a very, very able president and encourage you that you have really done well, and you're still pushing on, and we're very grateful. And
thank you so much.
It's only God that can bless you and encourage you and replenish the virtue that lives you each time you shove and push and urge, and you're never tired of this. There was a time, let me release the secret. There was a time I think you must have been really, really tired and perplexed, and you were going, Rusundong, why don't you get yourself ready and take over this thing? I'm like, no way, I cannot do this. I can't do this job. You've set such a platform that the shoes are so gigantic. I don't know how anybody can take over from that, But then we thank God for that. We thank God for what you've done. We thank God for what everybody else is doing, how you're getting people really, getting in and coming around, sort of like a mother hen, gathering us together to see what we should see and do what we need to do. I really appreciate you and appreciate all the ESCO and every woman that has spoken here today and all the men that have been listening quietly. And let me stop there. I'll call you privately later.
Thank you so much, my darling sister. Thank you for your financial support. Thank you for everything. Without money, we can't do much. You have used your office within the limitations of your power to do the best you can, and I openly appreciate you. Thank you for supporting the Gold and Gem event. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Geologist Oluwole Oyedeji, one of our greatest fans. Let me call in a man, please. Sorry, please. I'll call the Folakemi Fatade and let me call Mr. Oluwole Oyedeji, a retiree from NGSA. Yeah. Yeah, you please unmute. Yeah.
Okay. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Am I audible?
Yes, okay. Very audible. Yeah.
Yes. I sent my goodwill message earlier, but I wouldn't know how the chat box is being managed, but no problem.
Oh, sorry.
I just want to lend my voice to this event and to say that I salute your courage and I identify with you. And I thank you for reminding me of your programs all the time. I've tried to also be in tune. Swimming against the current is not very easy, especially for women in this male-dominated sector. But
oh, we lost him. Okay. Samson Idowu. Can you unmute Samson Idowu? Mr. Oluwole Oyedeji, we thank you. He has always attended all our classes. He used to work he was a year my senior in Ife. So I salute you and I say thank you, sir, for always being there.
Okay. Hello.
Okay. Yes, you can
looking back. Yes, looking back to our days at Ife, we've been together for long. And I want aspect of life, because gender inclusivity is a big problem. As a man, I know that many men, are chauvinists and the way they take issues, especially when it has to do with women leading. But with
your band is poor.
For this opportunity to make my few comments. God bless you and happy celebration.
Thank you so much. Thank
Bye.
you so much, sir. We are grateful. Our need for you. We are grateful, sir. Mr. Samson Idowu. I'm coming to Folakemi, don't worry. Mr. Samson Idowu. Let's keep it short so that we can leave. People are dropping off. We've dropped to 37. Mr. Samson.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Thanks for being here. I'm Samson Idowu. I'm a Director, Extractive Industry, Nigeria Export Promotion Council. I brought greeting from my Executive Director, Mrs. Noye Ayeni. It's really great to be here. I got to know of this event some hours ago, and I've been part of it from the beginning to the end. So I'd like to congratulate you on what you are doing. It's also heartwarming that what men can do. I can see a lot of wonderful Nigeria that are doing better than men. So I thank you very much. And I want to assure you that we'll work closely with your organization. Thank you and God bless you all.
Can we get the name of that organization again, sir?
Nigerian Export Promotion Council.
Oh, Export. Okay, sir. We have. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Yes. All right. Yes.
Who again? Folakemi Fatade. Can you unmute her? Please, let's keep it short. Falakemi Fatade.
Yes, thank you very much, ma'am. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I wish you a happy celebration today. The truth is, I'm neither a geologist, neither am I in the mining industry. The truth of the matter is, I don't know how and why I get mails about women in mining. I don't even know how it started, but I always do. And somehow I always delete. I was almost going to delete this one, but I guess by some divine leading, I'm like, okay, let me even attend. And honestly, that's the best decision I've made in recent times, because attending this session today was so enlightening and so enriching. I see what you are doing, and I'm so grateful and so elated to know that women are doing so much. Mining has been an interest, but that's all it has ever been. I have never ventured into it. But seeing that, oh, there are trailblazers in this industry, it's really uplifting. And I'm interested, and I hope I'll take the interest further now. Thank you very much, and I really wish you happy celebration. Like you said, by God's grace, next year.
And call us after to chat with you, so that money doesn't go down the drain, so that one can cancel you and know where and where.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, Benson Kudirat.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. Benson Kudirat. Benson Kudirat. Oh, hey.
Hello, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, how are you?
Fine, thank you, ma. I need to start by saying thank you for always, I admire your humility a whole lot, like a whole lot. The way you reach out to me to send me reminders about those programs. I'm just a student of University of Lagos, who is also a Goldsmith. And the fact that you are the head of these organizations, and you still go as far as sending me reminders, it makes me feel like, oh, like indeed, women need to be in position like this, because the way we handle things is different from the way men do handle things. Thank you so much for always putting me on my toes to attend these programs. It's always educative, and I genuinely look forward to also making changes in this industry. And by God's grace, we hope to contribute to the Nigerian sector, and I hope to see you in the next Gemstone Conference. Thank you so much, ma'am.
And I want you to be another tertiary. I want you, not even me now. I want you.
Yes, that's actually one of my mentors.
That's why I always send you things. I want her to handhold you, since you're already in that line, so that have other giants. I want to be able to send 5 of you, you understand, to Morocco this year. You understand?
By God's grace, I genuinely look forward to that.
Let her handhold you, so that when AMDC is asking us to write names, because it's young people they want, not oldies.
Exactly.
So we can write names of young people. Mr.
Thank
Patrick,
you so much.
Our he for she, Mr. Patrick Odiego, the Barrites giant.
Once again, ma'am, what can I really say? I think a lot of people have actually spoken so directly to the issue. Men cannot monopolize this world. Such world will be such a very violent world. We need women for their tenacity, for their calmness, and the peace that you bring in so many situations. Turning matters, women make it light. So I have nothing much to add than to congratulate all the women and continue to pray that God Almighty will continue to increase their resilience, because we have to build Nigerians. If we leave these current Nigerians to future generation, what a sad life that will be. So we have a lot of work to do. We must completely find a way, as you pointed out, get into company management, so that more things, more innovation can come in, more development can come in. What are we actually looking for? Isn't it pursuit of happiness? So let's find a way to make our life much, much happier, conducive. Once again, let me join in congratulating the awardees, people that got all those fantastic prize award in Ghana. That's what we want. That's the kind of news you want to be hearing from Nigeria. Good news, not bad news, not mind collapse. There are issues. So I think that if we have a very strong associations, we can find a way to start solving these issues. So once again, congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Patrick. Thank you for always being there. Thank you for being a go-to in times of crisis. At times when our heads are being knocked, We need the male shoulder to lean on. And you're one of those shoulders, you understand that we have always had to run to, you know, to lean on them. So we want to say thank you and thank you. So Elizabeth Oje, will you give your vote of thanks?
Yes, ma'am.
Michelle, get ready for the prayer, the closing prayers, please. Elizabeth Oje, yes? Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. I am so happy and excited, truly, for this attendance and for many of us showing up. Truly, we are very grateful. And would like to say thank you to everyone that came. We are really grateful. We are happy. And we are committed in working, doing our work. We pray that God will give us the grace to carry everybody and all of us along. Madam President, truly well done is all I have to say. And for everyone that attended, we are grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Women in Mining is there, and we promise to make all of you proud. Thank you, and God bless us all.
Thank you. It's like I skipped Mr. Abimbola Durogbitan. I apologize if you are there. I'm just seeing your name on the... You must talk to us if it's Mr. Abimbola Durogbitan. Is that Mr. Abimbola Durogbitan? Please unmute him to talk to us.
Yes, Auntie, I'm the one. Dr.
We are coming to ask you for money. If you like, keep quiet. Don't talk to us. The conference is coming.
Auntie, I'm just passing by you. I'm envying you.
Don't pass by. Don't pass by. We are coming. You see all your little children that you must support. We are coming. You understand?
Thank you very much. I really appreciate your work, your tenacity, your encouragement. I really appreciate you. I'll be here since the beginning. Yes.
I just see your name.
Learning from you, yes. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. God bless you.
I'm happy to be here. Yeah.
Thank you so much. We are grateful, and those are some of the silent leaders. You see, we're going to talk about mentoring. Men do mentor. One of us was having challenges sometimes. We have to say Professor Ako intervened and guided him on how to choose his PhD topic and things like that. So there's no end to all these things. Auntie Leah Katung Babatunde, I'm so proud of you, the media guru. I'm seeing her. I want to say thank you for even finding time to join. She does another amazing lady doing a great job in the media space. The Lord Almighty will continue to bless all of us, and we want to say thank you, and thank you. Leah, if you are hearing me, we say thank you to you. Quickly unmute her, you understand, to say one word. That's a big woman in the media forum. You understand? Leah, mute her, then we round up. That's the last person that is speaking. Deloraine, can you mute, unmute Leah, I mean. I said mute her. Unmute Leah. Yeah, Auntie Leah, we welcome you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Good evening, and good evening, everyone. I'm excited to be in your midst, and I'm also
the network, we will overcome network someday by God's grace. Even here now, I found out that network is a general thing. One is just fairly better than other. So once again, we just want to say thank you to all of you. So Michelle, I hope her line is okay. Michelle.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
So yeah, can you do the closing? And then Deloraine, you unmute everybody. Please put on your camera so that we can take picture. We will send it to the International Women in Mining platform. Yeah.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. It's really been an exciting time. Really, I congratulate you, ma, on your award. When I was looking out for your name for the WIM award, thank you for all you've been doing. So we'll be rounding off with the second stanza of the former national anthem so that everyone will be cooperated. O God of creation, direct our noble course, guide our leaders right, help our youth the truth to know, in love and honesty to grow, and live in just and truth. Great lofty heights attain, to build a nation where peace and justice shall reign. Amen.
Amen. So Deloraine, please unmute everybody and please put on your camera, even if it's for 2 minutes. Auntie Leah, put on your camera so that we take the photo. So Deloraine, take us the picture. You understand? Take the pictures, take the pictures. Please put on your camera. Let's see everybody. Let's your face show. Yeah. Elizabeth, oh, I like that cap. You understand? Let your face show. Patrick, you're on site or that's our very good.
We are in the dark.
It's nice to see people. Where's Uncle Duro Bitan? Where is he? I can't see him again. He has dodged. You must see your camera. We must see your face. Yeah, okay. We must see your face. Professor Uncle, where's my professor? We must see your face.
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here, ma'am.
Oh yeah, Oluwole, everybody put on your camera. May God spare our lives till next year. Amen. Together we will live long. Together we will succeed. Nigeria will be good. We have no other country. Amen. Diasporans can never respect us like we'll be respected in our country. So our country is the greatest place to be. No other place. It's lonely outside your country. Your country, you can harass any governor. You can blackmail any governor. Who do you want to go and blackmail in foreign country? Have you taken the picture? Benson, Kudirat, put on your camera. Who is taking the picture? Benson, okay, take the picture. Deloraine.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, please give me a second. So please, I want to take the picture.
Yes. Thank you.
No, don't, please, let me take the picture too. Please, put on your camera for those who have removed. Please put it on. Yeah, cheese. Love you all. God bless you all. Long life, prosperity. Nigeria will be good. Nigeria will be blessed.
Yes.
When you take tomato, Nigeria knows how to rock. Now we are finished the meeting. Now we are rocking. When tomato is scarce, God always gives Nigerians are the smartest in this world.
Yes. Yes.
Cucumber is better and more nutritious than tomato. So don't think you're a big man. Go after cucumber. You understand? I tried it yesterday. I enjoyed it. I saw what the person did. I enjoyed it. So my sister, don't go after tomato again. Say bye-bye to tomato. I'm not using tomato.
Bye-bye to tomato.
So the next one I want to try, beetroot.
You can use carrots too.
If you know beetroot, just put your beetroot, but always make sure you have tomato puree at home. And then when you are using tomato puree, because of the sodium, don't put Maggi. You understand? Avoid Maggi. I tell you, they will be begging us to come and buy their tomatoes later. Yeah, they want to show us. We do, we show them. So have a wonderful time. I love you all. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. Love you. Love you. Love you. Thank you. Thank you. Now go day. Dalu. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, ma. Bye-bye, sir. Thank you.